Filming from Django in 2019, and here with Roberto is holding the box of Quartermaster General World War II second edition. Those of you that are fans of my videos, you may remember that I reviewed this game a long time ago when it first came out, and I really liked it. So now I'm curious to see, well, the game in general. If Roberto can tell us what is still the same, what has changed, and what differentiates this edition from the first one.
Sure. Okay, this is the start of what we hope will be a very long partnership with Ian Brody, which still is involved with as a design studio now rather than as a publisher, and RS is partnering with Griggling Games as publisher. We decided to restart in this new collaboration with Ian to what has been his greatest success and his first game in the Quartermaster series. We hope that this will continue to cover other games in the future. For sure, we already are at work on the expansion for WW2 Quartermaster General next year, and we'll follow up with more. So in terms of the gameplay experience, players who are familiar with Quartermaster General First Edition will find a very similar experience. So the game remains basically what it was, a 6-player game, can be played with less than 6 players by one player playing more than one faction at the same time. The game is simple enough that, of course, even if the game becomes a little bit slower, a bit more complex, if you have to deal with one nation for each player, still it's completely doable, and you play the complete World War in like a couple of hours, no matter what the number of players is. The basic structure of the game is super simple. Each nation has a deck which creates all the specific character, all the specific theme of that nation. Every turn you play one card down, so it's completely card driven. That card will allow you either to build new armies, expanding your presence on the board, to build new fleets. Some of the cards will be status cards, which enhance the capability of your nation. Some of the cards are response cards, which are played hidden and will allow you to react during the turn of your opponent. And some of the cards are event cards, which have an immediate effect, changing the game somehow. As the title of the game implies, Quartermaster General is because supply lines in the game are essential. So the way your presence expands on the board is gradual, and you must be very careful to always be able to draw supply lines to your capital city, because if your supply lines gets interrupted, your armies gets removed from the board, your fleets get removed. So it's critical that you manage to expand, but in such a way that supply is maintained. Comparing with the first edition, I say that the game has received a lot of small improvements. So if somebody is familiar with the game, probably will recognize that things have been balanced much more. Some of the effects have been clarified and streamlined. The board itself has received a few improvements. It was already...
So playing Japan is less painful now?
Slightly less painful, let's say.
Oh yeah.
I must say that if it is not broken, you shouldn't fix it, right?
Yeah.
So the Quartermaster General First Edition was already a great game, so we tried to build up on that foundation, build up on the very extensive playtest experience that the First Edition had due to the many thousands of passionate players that they got. So we improved the game, but we didn't change drastically. The unit count has slightly changed in the various factions. There are about, let's say, 20 cards which have modified effects. So in the end, it's significant changes, but not changes which will make the game game different than it was before.
And when will the game be available?
Okay, it's in production now. Here at GenCon we are playing with a pre-production copy. We plan the production to be over at the end of August, the beginning of September. So we have the game in stores around the end of October.
Excellent, thank you, Roberto.
Welcome.